Hi Flosstube and Merry Flossmas. So, I have decided that why not start this week with a Flosstube channel? What better way to start than with Flossmas? So, today I just figured I would start off by sharing a couple of things that I currently have as whips. After that, we'll go into kind of my plans for what Flossmas will be for me and a little bit more about myself. Maybe I should start with more about myself. So I am a mother of two amazingly talented, beautiful girls who are 11 and 8. They keep me busy. I do my best to find time to cross stitch. However, with two girls who do dance 4 nights a week and I teach 4 nights a week, it's kind of hard sometimes. My phone is trying to slip away. So, I have a husband who is previously military. We have finally gotten to move back home to be around family, which is amazing. Sometimes do miss the military life, do miss things like that, but for the most part, it is nice being back home. I am a Southern girl at heart. We had ended up having to move to Montana and Wyoming, which was absolutely freezing, and for a Southern girl who gets snow very, very rarely, it was a hard transition. My kids absolutely hated the snow, even though they were born there. They are loving being back here. They are loving the warm weather. My oldest would wear shorts year long if I would let her. We try not to do that though. So on to stitching. The first thing I have to show is what I've started of my long dog sampler. There's not a whole lot of progress, but I am happy with it. I am really, really liking the colors that I've chosen. They're turning out really, really well. I do have 2 more colors that I do plan on adding in with that. But for right now, one is kind of a mint greenish color, and the other one is just a lighter gray. This is not black, it's a really, really dark gray. And if you're not familiar with the pattern, which I'm sure most of you are, this is what it will look like finished. However, I do plan on making a couple little changes because normally I'm not a sampler type person. I'm not one who likes, the alphabet, stuff like that, the letters, that type of stuff. That's just not me. I'm actually branching out into those types of projects. They're more sampler type. Still not a fan of the letters, but it's different from my normal full coverage pieces that I like to do. So that was that one that I have. And then I also have an ink circles one that I have been working on, which is this one. Oh, turn it the right way. So this is that one, which I am absolutely loving. I am going to have to frog over here and over here because I was trying to decide what color I wanted to do on the inside of it. I really like the outside part that I have. It's a Silk Water Lilies by Karen color, and I absolutely love it, so I don't want to change it. I'm just trying to find a color that works for the middle. I started out with this color over here, and then I just feel like it's too light. I feel like it's not standing out enough. It's just not what I'm wanting. So I went to using the DMC color that I had in the middle for this one and added a darker one to it, so it's 2 over 2 on 32 count. So I used one of this color and one of this color. And then I did it and I was like, I'm just not sure if it's standing out enough. I always second guess myself. That's why I try my best not to venture away from the color choices that's in there. But this is me breaking out of my comfort zone, and I decided I was going to go a different way than what was in the pattern. So I ended up trying that. I was like, I don't know if it's dark enough. So I went with, on this little square over here, I decided to just go with that darker purple. I like the way it looks. However, I don't know if it goes with the overall piece. That being said, I think I have decided to go with the center block and do the blended colors for it. Getting really, really close. This is one I really hope to have finished by the end of the week. Not sure with Flossmas if that will be possible because, as I said, I am a mom of 2. I teach dance 4 nights a week. I'm actually getting ready to head out today to go to a parade that will be for dance. So we'll see how much I get started. But I am determined to finish this one fairly soon. This outside color is one of the DMC, I think it's 115. It's the variegated floss. And then another one that I decided to try silks on just because I absolutely love the color. Love the way it looked. Really love the color combination of it. But didn't realize it was silk until after I had bought it and fell in love with it. Was this color that's right in here. That was my first experience stitching with silks, and I am in love. Love it, love the way it turned out, love the way stitching with it, love the color variation because it actually went from here into like this darker, it's not showing up too well on the camera, but it's a dark blue color. I'm loving the piece, loving it. I did put it down, however, to start Flossmas. So last night was the first night I haven't stitched on it in a while. And so let's get on to my start for Flossmas. So for day 1, I started this piece. I didn't get a whole lot done. It is going to be an absolutely huge piece. I did start it, but it ended up, I had started some parts here, and had started in here. But being that I had, normally everything I do is either 2 over 2, 2 over 1. I very, very rarely do anything that is 3 over 2. But I started it, did it 2 over 2 like normal, thought everything was going to be great, and realized the pattern called for 3 over 2. So I decided that let's try and see what 3 over 2 looked like. Ended up, I like the coverage better for this type of fabric. This is a 28 Monaco that I hand dyed myself. It's a huge, huge piece because eventually what I plan on doing is taking all of these types of patterns and putting them kind of in a village type scene on this. And then this is it's one of the Mill Hill button and beads. Sorry for the glare, I'm trying. Button and beads. It is the theater one. Love it. I'm really liking the way it's stitching up. My plans are to do the Mill Hill kits and do all of them on that one piece of fabric, the village ones. So I think I ended up finding out there's, let's say, 17 of them. So as I said, it's a huge piece of fabric. I have kind of counted it out, laid it out. I think there's 3 of them that I'm not going to be able to fit on there, and those actually were not necessarily my least favorite, but not the ones that I was the most excited to stitch. Those are going to go on another piece of fabric, and I think I'm going to have them framed separately. These I'm not sure if I'm going to frame or if I'm going to do some sort of wall hanging for them. That's most of what I have to share today. I do have 3 other patterns that I am planning on starting. One I'm starting today for Flossmas for day 2. The other 2 are ones that I plan on starting at some point. They're one of those that, you know, just got put back in the stash. Know that needs to be started. Know that when I start them, I will love them. Not necessarily love stitching them so much because I'm not a huge dimensions stitcher, but I know that I will love the finished product. My kids are excited about it. Mom's been promising them for several years that those were going to get started and be for them. And then I've got 3 of them. I'm still trying to find the perfect match for my youngest, but I haven't gotten that far. Phone sliding away from me again. So this is one of them. This one's going to be for me. It is one of the Dimensions Stockings kits. It is the Candy King Santa stocking. I absolutely love it. I love his facial expressions. I just really, really love this piece. But, as I said, it's gotten put back. Everything else has kind of gotten pushed forward and not gotten started. This one has actually been one that has been started. This is one for my husband. I think it's just really fitting. It's just more him for me. So it has been started, not very much. And then this one right here is for my oldest daughter. This one is the Snowman Gathering stocking. The reason that I chose it for her is because of the amazing little reindeer that it has on it. She is my animal lover. She loves every animal. If we could bring 50 animals home, she would be great with that. My youngest is my quirky one. And I haven't really found anything that I fell 100% in love with. I have found a Haid one that I love. However, I don't think I'm going to go that route because I would rather them all kind of fit together. I don't want hers to be completely... I think there will be a definite difference between the Haid version and the Dimensions kits, especially with it being completely full coverage, no back stitching, no half stitches, whereas these do have those type of things. I think that one it'll show that it is different, and I want them to match. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with whatever one I have decided to start. One of the stockings will be started. I'm just not sure which one that will be. I also saw on Flosstube where someone had suggested, I can't remember, I'll have to look at it and figure out who that was, but had talked about doing a Sunday stocking. So every Sunday for every week, the entire year, only working on a stocking. That way, in the hopes of getting a finish by the end of the year. And I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, because otherwise I don't see myself in summer wanting to stitch on Christmas. So, but if I only stitch it at Christmas time, they'll never get done, especially with having to do 4 of them. So I am thinking about doing that. I don't know if I'll necessarily work on the same one the entire year, but I do plan on working on those. So that's my plan. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow to show you what started. Look forward to seeing you. Bye.